Oh, hey, glad you decided to join us. Today we're going to be taking all the old nasty bedding out of our chicken coop and replacing it with some nice, fresh, new bedding. So bad. There's our bedding, and now that we have it cleared out, first thing I want to do is I want to take all of this old bedding here and I want to spread it around the outside of the coop. My plan is to start a no rules compost pile that goes all the way around the perimeter, around the entire outside of the coop. So let me go get the shovel, and we'll do that. So there's a start. Got around the corner anyway. And where we don't finish with this, we've got lots of leaves and lots of leaves to pick up. So that's where those are going to go. We'll probably get to that later on. I've also tried to cover some of this area. This is where they come out at the very beginning of the morning and peck around. It's where I feed them. So kind of want to get rid of some of the grass there. I think it'll make things a little easier to manage. But let's get some new bedding into this thing. So as you can see, I've been using pine shavings for my bedding, but there are a few things I don't like about it. For one, right here at the door, it falls out all the time. Every time they come out, it falls out, and it piles up right there in the crack of the door and right here along the bottom. And every couple of days I have to wipe all of that away so I can get the door closed. I don't like that. Another thing that I don't like about the pine shavings is the fact that we have to buy them from the store. One of our main goals out here is to be more sustainable, to be able to use what we have here without having to run out to Tractor Supply every time we need to do something. So I've found another way, a free way, to source some chicken coop bedding. We're going to see how this works out. If you've watched any of our previous videos, you may have noticed a big pile of garbage bags out by the garden. It wasn't trash, those were leaves. I think we're going to try to use some of them as our chicken coop bedding. I got this idea from observing the chickens as they scratched and pecked around, and then I started to notice this little area beside my shed. Now before, all of these leaves were whole leaves, and they were all just piled up right along the bottom of the shed. And when the chickens found it, they spread it all out like this. They've shredded it up into tiny pieces, and I think that's going to compost really well. So I thought, why not use some of these leaves as chicken coop bedding and allow them to help me turn it into compost that much quicker. So I did a little bit of searching, and there are people who use leaves as their chicken coop bedding, with a few words of caution. First of all, you want the leaves to be dry. So I went through our little pile of leaf bags and I pulled out several that seemed to be pretty dry. So let's go get these things put in the coop. Another word of caution that I read was that you want to try not to get too many oak leaves. It was, I forgot what forum it was from. It was from some chicken forum, but they said that the oak leaves are high in tannins, and if the chickens eat too many of them, it might make them sick. But I don't think I'm going to have a problem with the chickens eating the leaves. So, and there's not a lot of oak insects either, so I think we'll be fine. This guy's probably lucky I got to it before the chickens did. I'm not sure what kind it is. Off the top of my head, I'll have to get a good look at him and then do some research. If I can figure it out, I'll put the name down at the bottom of the screen or something. Let's take a look at you, buddy. Oh, shh, you're okay. Let's see if I can get a good picture. Oh, dropped him. Well, I got away. Maybe I got a good enough shot that I'll be able to identify it. This looks like a lot of leaves, but another word of caution that I read is that you want to use what looks like way too much. As the chickens scratch through the leaf litter, they'll tear it into smaller and smaller pieces, and right now it's fluffed up a whole lot, so it'll kind of wear down. So you want to make sure that you get plenty if you're doing the deep bed thing. You see, just spreading them out, it's already, I'm going to need some more bags. And here's the final product. Lots and lots of leaves, and then in their little perching areas, I had some pine needles that I put up there. Still have a lot of flies. I'm going to have to find a way to drive those out. I've taken all of those leftover leaves and I've continued our compost line. We've made it around the second corner. Right here is this has been our compost. This is where we put everything from cardboard to leaves to all of our food scraps. As a matter of fact, these are some volunteer squash that grew from seeds that we just tossed some squash that went bad in the garden out here. The seeds volunteered this year for us. So we've eaten a few squash from those plants, but most of them we've just left out here for the chickens. But yeah, I guess that's it for today. We cleaned out our chicken coop, pulled all of the old nasty bedding out, we made some compost around the chicken coop, and replaced it with some new bedding. We're gonna try something a little different. Dried leaves, so we're gonna see how that turns out. We'll keep you updated on it. Thanks for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. If so, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so you'll know when to come back for more daily sustainable living. And if you're a content creator, then I recommend checking out steamit.com. It's a social media platform where your hard work and creativity pays off in a cryptocurrency called Steam. If you're interested, I'll leave a link down in the show notes. Hope to see you there.